I'm Pepper Jack Jones.
Frankie Thomas.
All right. This is Life in a Headlock. This is a little interview that I'm trying to do to help any guys like you get out there a little bit more to the YouTube world and wherever else I post it. On this, I do not edit my interviews, so if you screw up, it goes to YouTube.
Right, okay.
So that's all it is to it. All right. It's called Life in a Headlock. First question is, who trained you to be a professional wrestler?
I started with some local guys, and then they kind of taught me bad habits, and then I kind of veered off and went with Cassidy around it. He helped me a lot.
Well, let's see. How hard was your training, and was there anything you had problems learning?
The hardest thing for me was cardio, and I think that's everybody in the independence. I mean, just eating habits,
Yeah.
and that's the worst part. Is looking the part.
Wow. Well, who inspired you to get into pro wrestling? Was it a wrestler or a family member?
It was a lot to do with Kurt Hennig. I love Kurt Hennig. I mean, I wasn't a Hogan fan or nothing like that. I like Hennig. I just like his ways. And it was my dad too. He said I couldn't do it, and ain't nobody can tell me I can't do nothing. So I guess them two guys really was what made me get off the couch and go do it.
I understand, dude. I hate hearing I can't do it. Does that make you want to do it anymore?
Oh yeah.
It pushes here, not well. It pushes here too. Actually, you know, it breaks your heart, especially if somebody you care about say you can't do something.
Right, exactly. It was his credit card too that I used to pay for everything. So I think that's why he said I couldn't do it.
Well, how did you get your name in professional wrestling? Is it your God-given name or something?
It is my given name. I had a few older guys that's been around told me that to try to come up with a gimmick, but if you can't, use your name. And you know, like Cassidy, for instance. You know, I looked at him because he started out wrestling and he used Cassidy.
Yeah.
He didn't try to make a big fake up name to make himself look good. He wanted to make a point that he could make him look
This
good.
is me, love
Yeah,
and leave.
this is me, yeah. And I can do this on my own. And I guess that's kind of how I look at it. But I looked for a gimmick as I went along, and it just one never came, and then my name just stuck with me.
You got a title that goes with your name?
Right now we're doing Roll Tide. Yeah, that's anybody that seen me wrestling knows about Roll Tide.
I know you were Super Kick, Frankie Thomas.
Yeah, it was Super Kick, and then that kind of faded away, and then I moved to Alabama, and
Started rolling your ties.
Yeah, that kind of just stuck with me.
Well, let's see. What was your first match and who was it against? Tell me a little bit about it.
My first match was against named Bobby, and it was awful.
So, were you not ready to wrestle yet? You know
I think I was ready. I think I was just nervous. I think I remember he shot me off, and I threw a kick, drop kick, and I completely missed him. And I was like, oh crap! And when I was in the air, I knew I missed him. That it was just off, timing was off. So I just wrapped my legs around his head and threw him to the mat into a head scissors. And we hit the mat. He's like, "What the? What's that?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I said, "But it looked good." And I remember that like it was yesterday. It was over in Marshall, Texas. But yeah, that was my first match.
I just like to hear a little bit, you know, because I don't think anybody's ever ready for the first match. You think you are,
You think you are?
but you get in there and you're like, oh, it's not quite the same thing as training.
The day you become comfortable with doing a good match, for me, it's
Let me ask you this: when your first match, was it a good crowd or was it like 12 people?
It was it's like 100. I guess it's a
Hell,
decent
that's not
crowd
for your first
for
match,
independence. I mean, these days it's decent.
Yeah.
I mean, but it wasn't bad. It was. I kind of wish it was only 12 people, but but it was what it was.
What was your favorite match from TV? The one that you watched? Could be pay-per-view, indie, anything you like?
Man, it's hard to say. Growing up, I never watched wrestling. My dad used to watch old Western movies and wrestling all the time, and I hated watching it. And then, so growing up, I never did watch it. And I didn't really get into it until I was like 15 or 16. I'm like, man, I can do this. And I turned 17, and I stole my dad's credit card and went and bought everything, bought a ring. And, but growing up, I didn't watch it. But it's funny you say that, because on the way up here, I was watching a video of, I think it was the Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan from like back in the day. And I heard it was an interview with Kevin Nash talking about how he did a hot tag or whatever. They came in and Hulk did his Hulk thing for like 2 minutes straight before he realized Andre was there. And he's like, the guys from the back, come on, you're taking too long. 2 minutes is enough for hooting and hollering. Let's do it. Let's get on with it. But he said it was at 3 minutes that was not lost. There wasn't a 3 minutes that was lost. It was 3 minutes that the people was there the whole 3 minutes of doing nothing.
Sometimes all you gotta do is.
Which made me go on YouTube and watch the video. And it was, I gotta say, I learned a lot on the way up here to this show tonight, just watching that match after hearing his interview. And it was like I say, that was a pretty good, interesting match for me.
As well as I do. It ain't always about the moves. Sometimes it can be a facial expression. You get somebody that gets the biggest pop of the night.
To me, like, one of the things that, and this is the way I look at wrestling, it ain't about the moves as much as it is about the way you present yourself. And what I mean by that is, with the WWE Network and everything now, people can watch wrestling 24/7. They can watch it every day, every minute, every hour. And even if you can't afford a network, they got YouTube. You can still watch it every day of the week, every hour, every minute. But when people come to indie shows, I think they want to feel it.
Yeah.
When you hit somebody across their chest with a clothes on, they want to see the sweat come off. Or when you pop somebody in the mouth and chew them gum, they want to see the gum fly out. They want to feel the ring shake. They want to be part of the crowd, which is what you cannot do watching it at home.
I mean, you can feel it, but it just isn't that same, because you're right here.
Right.
With TV, they're a million miles away, So.
Exactly. To me, it's more about getting people involved and making them believe in what you're doing.
The next question is, what's the favorite match you yourself have been in so far?
I'm gonna have to say, just me, probably Robbie D from TNA. And because the reason I say that is because I was nervous because it was a TNA guy, and I was like, oh my, and it was for Cassidy's show, which was like huge. I mean, it was like 1,600 people, big show. And I was like, oh man, if I mess up with this guy, Cassidy's gonna kill me. And then I thought about it, I'm like, you know what, let's do it. So we went out there, we had a good match, and after that, me and Robbie became friends. And I actually got Robbie some bookings over here, and we have actually traveled the road on weekends here and there. So it actually, kind of built me a good reputation, or friendship with somebody that's got a little bit more stroke than me.
That's it, brother. A little more cool. All right. Well, what's your favorite moment that you yourself have had in wrestling so far? You got one?
Oh, man. That's a lot of those.
Give me one top.
Favorite moment is, I actually want to say, it's when Cassidy started training me. Because it's funny, because I used to work at an oil pits place and changing oil for minimum wage. And he used to come in there and get his oil changed. He worked for TNA at the time. And I was like, man, I need you to train me. He was like, kid, I ain't got time. I'm on the road. He leaves. Next month, and like 2-3 months later, and so this happened for like a year or two. 2-3 months later, he comes in there and was like, I ain't got time, kid. So finally, I went there and I stole his phone number out of the computer. And I called him. I said, hey man, I need you to train me. He was like, dude, I ain't got time for you, kid. I'm like, so whatever. So then I ended up getting fired from my job over it. But I kept on and on. And the day that he said, all right, dude, I'm going to help you out, but you're going to do it my way. That was probably the best thing for wrestling. It's like, when finally, I guess I bugged him enough. Yeah, he's like, all right, I'm going to help you, but you're going to do it my way. Because if it wasn't for him, I would still probably already quit wrestling by now. I probably gave up on it.
I don't think you will. But I know you might have them, but I don't think you will now.
It's hard. Yeah, I won't now, but it's hard to just like help you start.
I agree with you 100%. All right. Can you give me a wrestling story, a funny one, a sad one, something personal's happened to you? You ain't gonna run nobody down, no companies, nothing like that. Just something that's happened.
Yeah, I wrestled a guy one time, and I ain't gonna say his name, but he'll know who I'm talking about. But we did a gimmick where he slid in with a steel chair, he went to swing it. Well, I thought I got out of the ring quick enough, but I didn't. He threw the chair out of the ring and he hit me, and it busted my head open, wide open, and they had to super glue me back. And this was like the interview promo at the beginning of the show, so it's still early, and I sat there for like an hour holding my head, shut. And so that night, this guy, he is the best of the best. He does. I mean, he's good. He's been around for a long time, and he don't take no crap from nobody. And and it took me a lot of years to get his respect. He was always, sit up there by yourself, kid, don't sit with us. So that day he hit me upside the head, he felt really bad. And I used that. I made him drive me back to my house. Hey, go get me a Coke. It was just funny. I won't ever forget that. But, I don't know, man. Wrestling, there's a lot of wrestling stories on the road, but when you're in the locker room, it's business. And I usually don't, I got a family, I got a child, so I really don't hang out with the boys after the show.
Sometimes the story be something simple as what you just said.
I do, there is a story. I was wrestling the Pharaoh Funk one night in McGee. And the gimmick was I was blasting with some nuts. Well, I had the nuts and stuck in my knee pad while I was working them in the corner, bam, bam. And then he was like, Frankie, your nuts are hanging out. And I just started wearing tights, which is the low cut stuff. And I'm like, oh crap. So I'm trying to fist my nuts, thinking my nuts are hanging out. And then I go back to him, bam, bam. He's like, Frankie, your nuts are still hanging out. I'm like, what are you talking about? So I gave him a snap, man. I said, what are you talking about? My nuts are not hanging out. He said, no, your nuts are hanging out your knee pad. I'm like, oh. And I shoved him back in. But yeah, that's one of those stories that was, it was pretty funny. It was great.
I see you adjusting yourself, like looking at you, probably like, what in the hell is he doing?
I had some men looking at me like, what the hell is he doing? And then I had some women looking at me like, she wants to go home with me. And that was a McGee, so that wasn't too pretty.
Yeah,
those women know that.
I've seen that crowd.
Stay away from the McGee women. No offense.
I'm not touching that one, brother. All right. Well,
not all of them, just half of them.
All right. Well, what do you think of TV wrestling? The good of it and the bad of it?
I think the good of it, the good side is that there's a lot more going on, and there is a lot more. I don't know who, but the dirt sheets say Triple H is, and there's always more people behind the scenes. But I think Triple H is pushing for younger talent and more opportunities, and I think that's going to be good for everybody if you're ready. Yeah. And that's the good side. The bad thing about TV is you're very limited. You know, if they come and say you got 7, 8 minute spot, you have 8 minutes to spot. And, you know, you take somebody like, for a good example, you take Ambrose and Seth Rollins or whatever, and you watch him on WWE TV, and then you turn that off and you find them two working on the indie show. And you see them two guys like tear the place up because they have more time and they're not on a schedule and they don't have writers showing them what they can and can't do. To me, I think TV separates what wrestling is, and it's what it is, and that's why they say we're a wrestling entertainment. It's entertainment, it's wrestling. It's the same concept, it's just two different styles.
I kind of feel like this, what you're talking about, it's like Vince is like niche. Once you wrestling moves you can't do in WWE.
Right.
And on the indies, there's no such thing.
I did a power driver not too long ago, and I got banned from the show.
Really?
In Louisiana. They're strict. Do not do power
I've always heard that. I always wondered if that was.
I didn't get banned, but he gave me a good talk to.
Some of your butt was missing when you got done.
Yeah, he was on me pretty good. So he would say, I don't do that.
No more power drive.
No more. Not in Louisiana. Might do one tonight.
Well, you crossed the river now, yeah. Well, if you could wrestle one wrestler from any company, any time, and you booking it, it's main event, who would it be?
I don't know. That's a hard question because, like I said, I don't really watch wrestling now. I guess it's aggravating to me because there's a lot of good talent out there that's overlooked. And I'm not saying just me. There's a lot of people better than me. But to me, it's just like today coming up here, I heard somebody said, you don't do professional wrestling. That's why I don't watch wrestling. What we do is the same thing as what you see on TV. 100%. It's just the right people who's in the right location at the right time. Or has the right daddies working for them, or the right politics working for them. That's all that is. So that's why I don't watch it now, but I have to say Kurt Hennig, man. Because that's what I did on the way up here. I just Googled Kurt Hennig. I mean, to me, him and probably somebody like Dean Malenko. Somebody that can, I understand psychology. Am I great? I'm good, but everybody needs improvement. But I want to learn how to wrestle like Malenko and like some of those guys. Those guys are amazing.
Masters.
Yeah. I worked Steve Anthony not too long ago, and that was the best guy I have ever been in the ring with. I was nervous. I don't think I sat down for an hour before the match. I was just back and forth, like, oh my God, he's gonna kill me if I mess up. But he was just, he's, I don't know what to say. He's like the best in the business, in my opinion. So somebody that's definitely overlooked that should have got more opportunities than he got.
I've seen him doing a lot of stuff here lately, though. He's all over the damn place.
Yeah, he got to go to Japan and stuff, which he deserved. I mean, he definitely deserved that. He's insane in the ring, way better than me.
Well, let's see. I'll move on. What is your favorite company to wrestle for? Who is it and why?
I'm about to say Elite
In Louisiana, correct?
in Louisiana because it's more of a brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest show I've ever wrestled was for Southern Championship Wrestling, which is Cassidy. But it was that show was just, I mean, stacked. Matt Hardy, hats off to Jim Duggan, Carlito, Micah Taylor, Chase, Cassidy, Al Snow. It was a big card. Robbie, that's when we had a big crowd there. But you know, to me though, on a smaller indie show, Elite is the best because I mean, in Louisiana, I think it's Elite and Wildcats. I don't work for Wildcats because we and Luke had never talked about it, but Wildcats are like great. I mean, they're doing great stuff. They got big crowds. They got good talent, and then Elite's just as good. I mean, Elite is right up there. I mean, we draw good crowds, and it's a brotherhood. I mean, and it's the booker. He don't care about himself. He don't look at what's going to happen next month. He looks at what's going to happen 6 months from now. And that's how you get people to follow a story. You can't get somebody to follow a story in 2 weeks. They don't. It's only 2 weeks. There's not a long enough connection there for anybody to give a shit. If they follow it for 6 months, they start feeling passionate about this guy getting his ass whooped, and then they starting to care. And to me, that's why I think I like Elite. I mean, Elite's great, and it's all those guys are willing to help anybody. John, Steve, those guys. If you say, "Hey, I don't know how to do this. Can you help me?" They'll get in the ring and show you. And just not just in wrestling, like if you say, "Hey, man, I need help to pay the bill," John would be like, "I'll help you out." But it's just family, I guess. Good atmosphere.
Cool. Well, what's your favorite kind of wrestling to watch now? Is it old school, new school, Southern, lucha, strong style? What you like?
My like best moment of wrestling to watch right now, I'm about to say it was WrestleMania last year, when it was new WWE, whenever Sting and Triple H had it in, and then it was NWO, and WWE. To me, that was like it for me, because I grew up watching a little here, and I still peek at it here and there, and to me, it was just like, that's why I got into wrestling. Was from those days, you know, NWO. Yeah. Those guys was the guys that everybody wanted to be growing up.
That's it, in one spot.
Yeah, and one opportunity, one spot, one show, it was just money.
Yeah, a lot of it to be made.
Yeah, and I think that was the best TV, me as a fan, watching it, which I don't watch much of it.
I got you. All right. Well, the next question is, would you rather wrestle as a heel or a face? Which side of your personality do you like the fans to see?
It's been so long since I've been a face, baby face, I couldn't tell you. Like, usually every show I go to, they say you're being a heel. But I like both. I mean, definitely like the baby face because I sell a lot of pictures and make a lot of money. Exactly. But being a heel is ain't bad. It's fun. It's easier. And it depends. Like, it depends on who I'm in there with. If I know I'm in there with a guy that's like really, really tall and slim and ripped, then no, I don't want to be a heel against a baby face against the side because he looks like somewhat somebody that's gonna love. But if I'm in there with a guy that's big and all hairy and mean looking, like a biker, no offense, then yeah, he should be. It's just, it depends on the show and the situation I'm in. But I can do either, and I like doing both. Because in all reality, we're all there for one reason, and that's for the fans.
That's it. Get them going. All right. Well, this kind of comes down to, kind of follow this, but not exactly. But who is your favorite person to wrestle? Like you had a book tomorrow on the indie show, and you need somebody to go with you. Who's going to put on the best match with you?
The best match with me, I will have to say, would be either one or two people. And that is Americos, which is really, really light. He's great, phenomenal. I love Americos. We have had really good matches, that stood out. And then the other with John Saxon. If you cannot have a match with John Saxon, a good match, and you don't need it in business. That guy can get anything over and make anything look good. And that's the two I prefer because I feel comfortable with him. But the match that stands out to me more than anything is Steve Anthony. Like I said, I was nervous. I was sweating nervous. I was so scared. He's like, well, we're going to take it easy. We're only going to call 5 spots. Well, that turned into like 10 spots. I'm like, I can't remember all this. And I remember going up to Brittany, my other half, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to keep up with this dude. And he kept telling me, it's going to be okay. When we get out there, I'm going to take care of you. Sure enough, we got out there, smooth. He took care of me every second. That was the best talent I've been in the ring with ever. But people I feel comfortable with and I love to work them, it would have to be America's, John and Steve, any one of those.
I love watching Americos. I saw Americos at Nightmare Wrestling. That was one of the best big man, little man matches I ever saw.
That and watch Americos and Lucha.
Lucha? Really? I haven't seen that.
Those guys are sick. They're good.
Have to look that up.
They're really good together. I can't keep up. There's too much in Lucha, Mexico.
Yeah, I was watching the training in there, bro.
Yeah, that's not me. I'm touching that now. I'm trying to learn that craft a little better, but those guys, yeah. Pretty much anybody in elite. I mean, that elite book's a good show. I mean, people can talk, and that's the thing about wrestling. People's gonna talk about this promotion. They're gonna talk about this promotion. They're gonna talk about this promotion. But at the end of the day, it don't matter who's talking about who, as long as there's money being made.
That's it.
And the fans are happy and coming back. That's all that matters.
You ain't got people every 16 seconds.
That's one thing I liked about Elite Wildcat. I mean, they're both in the same area, but they don't go around bashing each other. They're very professional. Luke takes his guys, takes care of them, gets his crowds up, and that's what he does. And then John takes his guys and they do their thing, and they never bump heads. I mean, I like everybody down there. I think Luke's guys are, and they're like Ben and some of those guys. They started up here in Mississippi. Yep. I know some of those guys, and I love all their guys because I work with some of them in Alabama. I love all them guys. To me, that's what I think is Louisiana. I think that's what's good about Louisiana. It's about business. It's not about egos. Mine's better than yours. They don't intertwine. You do your thing, I do mine. Let's all make money. Let's all be happy. Let's entertain the people.
They kind of look at it as a competition. You know what I mean? Like who can draw the bigger show? I ain't gonna say, but you know what I mean. Is it like a?
I personally don't know. I know from what I hear. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just
from what I hear in the elite. Nothing's been said about Wildcats.
Okay.
Nothing at all. As a matter of fact, they love them. I mean, that they think they're doing good. Yeah, I talked to Cassie the other day, and we was talking about Wildcats, and I actually said, Cassie, hey, can you call Luke, try, help me out. And we was talking about it, and Luke's doing good. I mean, Luke's doing good. Elite's doing, everybody's happy, and everybody's making money. That's all that really matters.
No, it is, man.
It ain't about who's bigger and who's better. And this ain't just about them. I just said that because I've wrestled with Homer.
Oh, no,
and I wrestled with Elite. But that happens in every state worldwide.
Oh,
that happens everywhere. That's not just here. So I don't know nothing. I don't know different companies too.
I got you.
But
I was just curious. All right, let me move on to the next question. Only got 3 left. So it's I know you wrestled as tag and singles. Which one do you prefer doing?
At first I did not like tags. Because I guess I can say I was selfish. I was like, I want to get there and show them what I can do. I want my time. I don't want to stand on the apron and have to match. But then John, and some creative people came up with some ideas, and I love it now. Ever since I moved to Alabama, and everything is just, I just love the Alabama game. I think it's money, and I think it's money anywhere I go. I mean, even if I go to Alabama, they love me there. I mean, saying if I go to Louisiana, they hate me. So it's money and it's job security for me, I guess you can say, because it's a good idea, and and then unfortunately Ryan, we had to kick him out, but We made some adjustments and got our cousin in there, so it's all good.
All right, cool. What is your move that you use to keep people away, and what do you call it?
I usually do the super kick.
You got a special name for it?
Yeah, it's called a super kick.
Super kick. All right.
But you know, we're from Alabama, and we really don't care how we win. I mean, if Brandon's got to hit you upside the face with some hairspray, or if I just got you to turn around and knock the shit out of the referee, I really don't care. We're gonna win. So it's been ever since I've been with moved to Alabama. I haven't used a super kick, but we've been winning. So
Hey, that's what matters.
and so that's
And
all.
remember, in wrestling, you never lose. You come in second place.
Right, that's it.
All right. Well, this is the final question, but it's who's been there in professional wrestling on a personal level? And if you'd like to thank them, here's your opportunity.
I would think a lot of people. I mean, especially Cassidy Riley. I mean, he took me from in a cow patch in the backyard weighing 80 pounds to weighing 200 to doing shows in front of 300 to 1,000 people instead of wrestling in front of 10 people for a hot dog and you know. And I mean, every promoter. I mean, I've talked to. I mean, Luke Hawk. I mean, I called him up and he told me do this, do this, do that. I mean, get in shape, dude. I mean, push yourself. I mean, I thank him. I mean, every John Sasson, he's really the past year, he's really said, look, you're either gonna do this, or do this, or you're staying home. I'm not calling you back no more. And that really made me, you know, hey, get off the couch, put the PlayStation controller down, go to the gym, go do this, go do that. So really, man, to me, it's every promoter, you know, I mean.
But you can look at them as more than a boss. You know what I mean?
Right, they're friends. I mean,
Gotcha.
everybody. I mean, I look up to John. I look up to Cassie. I look up to Steve. I look up to Luke. I look up to anybody that's successful in the business. And yeah, I mean, anybody that has said, hey, you need to do this and do this, I want to say thank you right now. And that's some of the guys, you know, Cassidy, Steve, John, Luke. I mean, even though I never worked for Luke, but Luke's always been like, hey, you know, there's always possibility, man. Just do this, get in better shape, and just be ready. It's just always pushing guys. And trying to think, there's just a lot of people. I mean, Monty Warbucks, he's taught me a lot. Bad as I hate to say it, the battle's on. You know, people down on, man, and they don't have the best reputation. And they didn't always have the best shows. But one thing is, that was a training.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say a training to make us great. There was a training somewhere that we could go in there, and if we wanted to mess up in front of 10 people at sometimes, then we could. I'd rather mess up in front of these 20 people than go out here and mess up in front of 1,500 people.
It was definitely a good place to try something new.
Yes, and it was a family atmosphere too. A lot of drama, a lot of BS, but that's anywhere you go, and not just in wrestling. At work, if you're out there mowing that yard. And you look up at a house, there's probably going to be somebody in the house fighting with drama. There's drama everywhere you go. You cannot escape it. Walmart, wherever, the mall.
That's true.
And that's just the way it is. You ain't going to change that.
Brother, I appreciate you being on Life in a Headlock. I call it Life in a Headlock because life's like a headlock.
Right.
You know, you keep it tight, you hold on for dear life, and you can handle it. You get it loose sometimes, it's a little bit easier to handle.
Right.
But thank you, Frankie.
Thank you,
I appreciate
sir.
it. And
All right.
I will see you in the future, and I will enjoy your match tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Brother. Guys, this has been Life in a Headlock with I will be back tomorrow with one more wrestler, and that's it.